In 1992 a presidential decree founded the National Maritime Park of Alonissos Northern Sporades, which aimed to protect the Mediterranean mud seal monashus population, which is threatened by tourism, excessive fishing and pollution, factors that reduce its food and destroy its biotopes. Preserve and protect one of the rarest gulls on the planet, the Obulin's gull, which is included on the list of endangered birds. This species lives exclusively in the Mediterranean, and its worldwide population does not exceed 2,000 pairs. Lastly, preserve the flora and fauna of the region, which includes rare species of exceptional interest. Since the creation of protected regions does not guarantee in and of itself the preservation of biodiversity, relevant legislation must be enacted, while the proper biodiversity management methods must be applied. Environment and Land Planning Issues Law 856/1937, Ray National Parks, Law 1465/1950, Landscapes of Natural Beauty, by the Forest Code and Law Decree 86/69, as amended by 996/1971, Ray National Parks, Aesthetic Parks, and Preservable Monuments of Nature, by Law Decree 191/1974, Greece ratified the international treaty signed in Ramsar, Iran, measures to protect wetlands, and in particular wetland biotopes of international importance, by Presidential Decree 67/1981, rate of protection of endemic flora and wild fauna and the determination of a procedure for coordinating and controlling their research. By Law 1335/1983, Greece ratified the International Convention for the Conservation of European Wildlife and Natural Habitats. With Law 1634/1986, Greece ratified the 1982 Protocol for the Specially Protected Areas of the Mediterranean. Law 1650/1986 REPA, Protection of the Environment, in Chapter IV, which concerns the protection of nature and the landscape, by Presidential Decree 60/1998 Governors, a 61/24/3/1998, REPA Territorial Jurisdiction of the Directorates of Regional Water Resources Management. The island of Euro was placed in the water district of East Styria Elada on mainland Greece. Law 2742/1999 Governors, a 207/7/10/1999 defined the land planning and sustainable development of Greece. By Decision 55015/112/11-1-2002, the General Director of the Environment approved the Special Environmental Study for the National Marine Park of Alonissos Northern Sporades. Taking into consideration all the above laws, Joint Ministerial Decision 235/2003 Governor Decree 621/1996-2003 of the Ministers of Development, Environment, Physical Planning and Public Works, and Mercantile Marine was published. By the above ministerial decision the marine and land area of the Northern Sporades, situated in a region of the municipality of Alonissos outside of the city plan and pre-1923 settlements, which has less than 2,000 residents December, was demarcated as a national marine park under the designation National Marine Park of Alonissos Northern Sporades and MPANs. The protected area consists of the island of Alonissos, the NE section of Skopelos, and the uninhabited islets of Peristera, Adelphoi, Chiropanagia, Ura, Skonsora, Piperai, and Sephora. It covers an area of approximately 2.260 kilometers to 251.440 ha, while the largest part 94% is covered by water. The National Maritime Park represents a unique complex of Mediterranean terrestrial and Mediterranean marine ecosystems. It shelters many plant and animal species, among them many endemic, rare, or protected species. Apart from its scientific interest, the region is also of archaeological interest, since the islands contain finds and monuments from the prehistoric, classical, and Byzantine eras, among them speleological finds, shipwrecks, old monasteries and churches. The region's caves constitute ideal shelters for the Mediterranean mud seal. An isolated population of wild goats Capri nigrus ssp dorcas lives exclusively on the island of Ura. The reptile and bird fauna are also important and include a large number of migrating birds as well as other species that reproduce in the region. A significant invertebrate fauna population is also present, especially in the Cyclops Cave on Ura Island. The variety of marine habitats, Posidonia's underwater valleys, the reefs, etc. and the region's lack of pollution, encourage the presence of a large variety of marine species. Two areas were created within the limits of the above National Marine Park, Area A and Area B. The island of Ura belongs to Area A along with the islands of Sephora, Siphonissi, Piperai, Dapos, Chiropanagia, Strongilo, etc. The above referenced area is divided into 9 zones and Ura belongs to Zone 3, an area of natural protection, which includes the entire land surface of the island of Ura and its surrounding marine zone extending to a radius of 0.5 nautical miles from the island. The only activities permitted in this zone 3 are the following: research subject to a special permit and conditions, maintenance of the existing buildings and related infrastructure, which belong to the Forest Service, management of the island's livestock by the Ministry of Agriculture, professional coastal fishing, in accordance with Greek legislation on fishing, off all the island's coasts except for Anagmanos Bay, approaching, anchoring off, and overnighting aboard the vessels of professional fishing vessels coastal only off all the coasts of the island, except for Anagmanos Bay. When visits to the Cyclops Cave are permitted, professional touring vessels and pleasure boats may anchor between sunup and sundown at Megalithao and Sikais. Passengers may only visit the Cyclops Cave. The following activities are absolutely forbidden in the above referenced Zone 3. Professional fishing in mid-sized vessels at distances less than 1.5 nautical miles from the shores for gree vessels and 2 nautical miles for trawlers. Unsupervised camping, fire, and spear guns. Professional touring vessels and pleasure boats approaching and anchoring off the island. Amateur fishing at a distance less than 0.5 nautical miles from the island coast. The protection of the marine ecosystems is legally safeguarded by the marine parks, which constitute protected areas. These protected areas provide refuge to many plant and animal species in danger of extinction. Hence, local marine resources are fully protected, including the genetic reservoir of marine life.